Hi everybody, it's June Angel Pews. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you had good celebrations and you're now into the new year. Okay, so where are we? The 2nd of January 2017. Can't believe it, but there you go. Now, you know, I normally come to you to show you my collections of doilies, dolls, all sorts of things. But I've come to you today with a collection that I didn't know I collected. This is quite ridiculous. It really is. I found 2 pairs of scissors. These 2 actually. And I just thought, I can't remember seeing those in a long time, if at all. So I had a look to see if there was any markings on them, and there are indeed, and it says Platts, P-L-A-T-T'-S, Sheffield. So I went on to Google, and there's surprisingly little on Platts of Sheffield, or Platts Sheffield. There's Platts and I'll say Newton, I can't remember what the second name was, that made surgical instruments, so possibly that's you know, a newish firm compared to what Platts was when it started out, because this pair also looks pretty old to me, and that's Platts. I mean, I just don't know how old they are, I've no idea, but these 2 intrigued me, so I thought I'd put these down and let you have a look at them. Let me take that away now, because that's pretty ordinary, isn't it? So there's those 2 that I think, that's my little magnifier to see what I can see. So these have got the screw on the side. Now, why has it got a screw on the side? I've put them into Google Images. I've done all sorts. I found one pair that looks like these, but they're antique and they're iron. They're not stainless steel like these are. So, to open it up, okay, just like sort of normal scissors. So what's the screw for, please? I hope somebody's going to come along and tell me. I mean, if I open it to that there, it presents a hole there. I'll stick my nail in so you can see. Yeah? So perhaps if I did the screw to make it stop that size, which is there, perhaps if I don't know, is it for piping or something that you strip off? You know, like you do with electric wires, you strip the outer core off. Don't ask me why, this just comes into my head from the days I used to wire plugs and what have you. Long gone. So I'm just wondering if that's what I mean, you can't, obviously once that screw's in place you can't use it for anything as regards scissors. So what's it for? I'd love somebody to tell me. And the other pair, these are so dainty, aren't they? And so unusual. I mean, what's that all about? Is the shape. Why the shape? You know, why the short, stumpy blades? Is it just for decoration, the shape? I'm intrigued. Those are all Platts, as I said to you. So this thing brings me on to the collection that I didn't know I'd got. Or I didn't know I'd been collecting. Because you don't, do you? Or I don't, do I? They say 3 or more is a collection, don't they? And that's the story of my life. Anything more than 2, and I've got to collect and collect and collect. But I honestly didn't know I was collecting this lot, because there's a lot here. I won't dwell on them all, but I'll quickly show you some of the more unusual ones. I don't know why I've got this. It's almost not a fetish, it's an obsession. Obsession. Why? I don't know. I don't understand it. No idea. So let me take those 2 away first. So there's 3 that you've seen from Platts. I think if I go to the bigger ones now, I think this is Platts as well. Just let me have a look quickly. Oh gosh, I can't see now. No, it isn't Platts. It's made... It looks like Richard Sheffield, England. Richard, or Richard and A-N-D. Sorry, I thought it was Platts. They're pinking shears. I did look them up. Oh, I didn't see the other side, or is that the same? Radiant Golden Age. Something less. Oh, rustless. Golden Age, Radiant. That's it. That's what I looked up. And there's quite a few of these. This colour. So it obviously doesn't rust. And it's certainly... they're quite old, I think. But I don't know. Don't know the year or anything. Because, you know, once I get on that Google looking for stuff, I just go berserk. And there's hours... There's days gone out of my life trying to find things out. So that's those. While we're on the pinking shears, I will show you my latest pair, which are those. Okay. I say latest, I've no idea when I got them, but they look very new to me. Okay, that's those. Let's put those down there. Any more pinking shears? Yes, there's a big one here that I seem to have had forever. But I think the top was shorn off, look. Shouldn't be like that, should it? Or should it? I don't know. Perhaps it's meant to be shorn off at the end. They're Fiskars, USA. Good make, of course. So perhaps it is supposed to be. I don't know. That's pinking shears for you. So there's 3 pairs of pinking shears. Then I found these. Well, dear Lord. I remember getting them. And it was a long time ago. I'm hoping you're seeing all this. Let me just have a quick look through my camera. Yes. They're shredding scissors. You know, if you don't want to get your big old shredding machine out, just quickly do it with those. Perhaps, you know, one of my gadgets, they used to call me Gadgety June, because I was always buying the latest gadget, the latest thing. Made in China. So, bit unusual, methinks. Really old pair of... Let me see if these are the ones that's got... Yes, they have. Hold on a minute. I've got to be really careful here. Yeah. These are very old, as you can see. In actual fact, it's got a date stamp on there, and it's 1944. So 2 years before I was born. There you go. And on the other side it says, and I've forgotten already, I've just looked, something like Glover, Glover, Sheffield, England. Of course, all our scissors, all the stainless steel, the electroplated silver, etc., came from Sheffield. It's my granddaughter's at Sheffield University, actually. Been there for, is this the 4th year? 3-4 years. She's done one set of fabulous qualifications I can't begin to tell you now. And now she's doing an MA in clinical neurology. Gosh! So that's those very oldie ones. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs we've got already. These, some people may or may not have seen these. I think a relative bought me these a long time ago when I used to do, I didn't do quilting. I was never good enough to do quilting. I couldn't get those corners to match, and you know, the very precise seams that you need. But this is for cutting fabric. Let me think how it goes now. No, yeah. I can't remember how it goes now. I think the fabric goes in there. Yeah, there's the wheel, look. It cuts anyway. I've probably got it completely the wrong way around. Shows how many times I've used it or haven't used it. Jean Rag. Hi Jean. You'll know all about these scissors, won't you? I'm sure. Right. As I've said before with a lot of things, I've forgotten more than I've ever taught, learnt, you know, acquired. It's all been in that brain, but it's all out again. Right. More modern scissors now. My faithful dressmaking scissors. I haven't got a mark on them, but I really, the minute I got them, I thought to myself, I must get them engraved to say, or some sort of a label on them, to say fabric only, because I'm the biggest culprit for cutting everything with one pair of scissors. I've ruined so many scissors, it's unbelievable. So they're my favourite, very, very favourite dressmaking scissors. Okay, right. Still on dressmaking, I think. Snippets, these are called, rather than scissors. You sort of hold them like that, I think, and snip. Not the conventional ones at all, but interesting. I've had those a few years, but you know, they're modern really, aren't they? That's those. Then I have got, oh, I'll show you these because they're unusual. There. What do you think of those then? They are surgical scissors used in suture removing packs, when for doctors and nurses removing sutures, or at home for district nurses using for dressings, etc., when they had to be sterile. This is obviously a pair that I kept. I mean, they might have come from me, they might have come from, you know, mum, relatives that we've looked after, nursed at home, and we've had district nurses coming in to do various things. And they're disposable. But of course we kept them. And this one's still in its packet, which I think is a bit of history. And it's from Rocket Medical, sterile, single use only. So very much, what's the word? Disposable. That's what you're supposed to do. One use, then throw them away. So I just thought they were interesting to show you. Excuse me. Free scissors. I didn't know I'd got them, but I had. And these came from Molly magazine, which is a magazine that we have in the UK. I don't think it's anywhere else, but you never know. And another one of those magazines, in my opinion, my humble opinion, started off great. You know, lots of projects that you'd want to do. And then ended up, I don't know, coming up with the most ridiculously, well, a child of 4 would be able to do in seconds. And they were, you know, spending 3 whole pages showing you how to make, I can't think of anything at the moment, but yeah, they've gone out down my estimation. Another one that, I can't think of the name of it now. It was for upcycling, revival or something like that. I can't remember now. But again, that started off so well. Brilliant. You know, recycling and giving you some fantastic inspiration ideas. And then it just, ridiculous now. And they're not cheap, are they? Anyway, on to, I'm waffling on again, aren't I? I can't see what that says. I suppose I could look. Attention, the cutting edges of scissors are sharp, and care should be taken whenever cutting or handling. Adult supervision is recommended with all children. This is a Molly Makes gift. Future publishing. This is not a toy. Please retain this information for future reference. There you go. And on the front it says, stainless steel scissors, Molly haberdashery. So it's a nice little, and there's a little scissors, look. And, I don't know whether you can see it there, it's got M, and the same M that's the trademark for Molly Makes. I thought it was just Molly, the magazine, but it must be Molly Makes. So that was a free gift that I promptly put into my scissor bag, which I can quickly show you. That's the size. Sharps I've got on there. So that was pretty full. Okay, so that's those. Then these are what I call surgical scissors. I don't know where I got them from, whether I ever got them when I was nurse. I don't think those are actually. I think those are just ordinary. I think it's those. My nursing days, I know not, but I've certainly got them. Those with those, like a hairdresser's scissors. They might have been hairdresser's scissors for all I know. They were fabulous. I don't know what they're like now. I haven't used them in a while. But they used to be so sharp. You'd have to be very careful. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pairs of scissors up to now. Crazy or what? Then there's these. I think I sort of saw these at Birmingham exhibition, NEC, the Knitting and Sewing, or Crafts Alive Christmas, or whatever they were called, exhibitions, and I've obviously picked them up because I like them. Totally impractical in terms of they're not very sharp and they don't last very well. They just look pretty, don't they? I should actually use them on altered art rather than just have them stuck in there. As I say, they're not good scissors. I think they come from Czechoslovakia or some silly place. Not silly as in Czechoslovakia's silly, but you know, they don't really specialise in scissors. Okay, so what did I say? 19, 21. And then there's a little collection of all sorts. So what did I say? 19, 20, 19, 20, 21. Oh, I forgot now. 21. I'll say 21. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 so far. 27. Remember, 27. It's got something on it. Stainless, BSS, British or something or other. Stainless anyway. These, or this I should say, were... Oh, that's another 3 I've got then somewhere. Tim Holtz, you know Tim Holtz tonic scissors. Well, my first pair I ever bought, within no time at all, this part, which is all rubber, plastic, whatever, split. So I got in touch with Tim Holtz, who said the firm that actually made the scissors was in England, believe it or not. So I contacted Tonic and they were very, very good. They not only sent me a replacement for the one that I'd broken, they sent me 2 of that sort, which, as I say, I've got to add another 3 to this collection. But they sent me this one as well, and I think they sent me another one. Not that one, but it's something similar to that. Just for me to try and let them know what I thought. I've heard other people say, and I've nearly done it once or twice, the longer Tim Holtz ones, they've got a habit of cutting you. Yes, it's them, it's not me. I've heard other people say, I don't know whether it's because of the long blade, I've no idea, but I've never cut myself at all, ever, with scissors. But I nearly have on these other pair, not this pair, the other pairs. But I've heard on YouTube people are complaining about them, that they've cut themselves. So that's 27 plus the 3 I didn't tell you about, that's 30. 30. Did I add these? 32, 34, 36, I don't know, 36 I'll say then. These are all different sorts, as you can see. We'll say 36. I don't know whether I've duplicated them. Then these are... Oh, there's another... Oh no, done those. I've lost count now. That's my chime going off. These are original quarter quilters, these are called. High quality speciality scissors for the serious quilter for increased speed and accurate cuts in performing easy cuts and corner block cuts. I don't even know what corner block cuts are. They're from Mary J's, www.maryjays.com. So Mary as in getting married. Mary J's. There it is, look. And that's the scissors. And they are beautifully sharp and etc. And they've got that little bit cut out at the top. So that's what they must mean, cutting the block corners, which I know nothing about. Why did I get them? I don't know. So we're coming up to 40, aren't we? Definitely. And these are Madeira scissors. These to me are, they're coloured gold and they are worth gold, my way of thinking. I've got a pair, you know, the embroidery sort with the curve. Got this straight pair. They are fabulous. You just cannot beat them. They never fail you, never. And I only use them, you know, when I'm doing, well, not doing anymore, but used to do very fine embroidery and lace and crocheting, etc. Madeira, can't beat them. And then in this little bag is a load of, well, some of them are the stalk ones, look. Very popular. I don't know what they were from. They were, I'm sure they were for cutting stitches as well. You see it's got a hook on it. I think they are surgical, disposable again, I think. You went under the suture, under the stitch with that hook and then cut it. Yeah, that's them. It's a little pair of what we would have classed as nail scissors, we would call them. Now, so I will say, let's say 50 pairs just in this bag. A collection that I didn't know I was collecting. Now, apart from those 50, in my kitchen there are 3 pairs of those, you know, that will cut anything from lobsters to chicken bones to tin cans, everything. And then in my craft room I've got a whole drawer devoted I don't know what to do with myself. I've got to stop this somehow. A whole drawer full of those scissors, you know, that came out a couple of years ago with all the different wavy lines and, you know, like the, what do we call them? You know, the zigzag scissors. Oh, showed you them right at the beginning. Oh, can't think. But these are all different shapes and sizes, and one's for corners and one's for, oh, never believe it. So I reckon 53, 63, 70. I might have 73 pairs of scissors. Can anybody beat that? I tell you what, if you can beat it, I'll send you something. I don't know what it'll be yet. It might even be a pair of scissors. You know, and I mean scissors now, not, you know, these highfalutin things that you get to distress paper and all that lot. I mean scissors that you could recognise as scissors. So there you go. You've seen my collection of a collection that I didn't know I was collecting. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.